Hey, thanks for stopping by. My name is Tyler, and where am I? This is brand new for those of you who have watched more of my videos. Well, I am in a hotel in Pennsylvania for my new job, which is actually what this video is going to be about. But before we get into it, I kind of have to talk a little bit quieter just because I am in a hotel and I want to be respectful for people that are on either side of me. I actually don't know if there's people there, but we'll play it safe. But back to the topic of this video. So, I have a new job. I am now a cloud operations engineer. So, yeah, I started all of 3 days ago. I just finished my, I guess, real day two because technically I started Monday, but I was traveling all day Monday, so I didn't really do anything. So just finished up day two of like actual work, and I kind of wanted to make a video about how I got this job at 19 because I think it's kind of a rare thing to land a cloud engineering job at 19. So I kind of want to talk about the factors that went into that, along with kind of what I'm excited about for this new job because I am like super stoked. I mean, I'm super excited. So let's get into it. How did I land a cloud engineering job with no degree and honestly very little experience? Well, I found this job on Indeed, and honestly, I didn't meet the minimum qualifications. I know they wanted a degree on there, and then I think they wanted like 3 to 5 years of cloud. It might have been like two, but I don't officially have either one of those. I do not have a degree, obviously, and then I haven't worked a cloud job for 2 years. I've been exposed to cloud for about 2 years, and I'm familiar with the topics. I've been familiar with the topics for a while, but I don't have that like real experience. So let's kind of talk about what I think helped me. So first of all, I think my certifications absolutely did help me. For those of you new here, I am Network Plus, CCNA, AWS Cloud Practitioner, and just newly AWS Solutions Architect Associate Certified. So that's pretty exciting. I think certifications are a great way to market yourself because it's different than something like a job or a degree because you have to really go out of your way to study for these. These are extra, you're not forced to do them. It's up to you to decide, hey, I want to get certified. Let's go buy a book and watch video courses and do all this stuff for 5, 6 months sometimes to get the certification. So I think that those really kind of showed my personality, which I think really helped that I am willing to go and do that extra stuff. Sorry to interject, this is me from editing this video. I feel like it's also super important to mention that I have worked with the Cloud FinOps team at my old job, and along with the InfoSec team, and I went out of my way to find these people and ask them, hey, can I learn something? Can you like throw me a project or teach me something? So I think that kind of initiative really helped, along with actually seeing some of these cloud FinOps projects go on and kind of help out with them. So super fun stuff there. I mean, feel like it was just an important thing to mention that while editing this video I forgot. Anyway, back to the regular video. And then another thing that I think really helped me was, so when I got the call, or when I got the message to schedule an interview, I was surprised. I mean, I am used to just applying for jobs and not hearing back. I mean, in my world, it's someone else's job to tell me no. I will apply to jobs that I think I can do and that look interesting and not shut myself down because I might be missing requirements, because I know that people are willing to look past that if they like your willingness to learn and your work ethic, which I believe are two of my strongest traits. I think they really, really shine. And I kind of got to demonstrate those because for this first interview, we didn't talk about work experience or like anything. I mean, I showed up and I remember we did a couple short introductions and I kind of led the conversation and I was like, hey, I have this Terraform project I would love to share with you. So we spent this first whole interview, we even went overtime, talking through this project, and I was talking through it. Obviously, I was really excited. I love the cloud topics and I love building these projects. It's just one of my favorite things. And when I get to talk to another technical person that can really dive deep, I like it. It's fun. So we spent this whole time talking about this cloud project that I had built. If you're curious, it was several thousand lines of Terraform across various environments that set up this multi-region crazy load balancer thing that it was basically the most highly available application that I could make or that I could think to make. I was impressed with myself with that project a little bit. So throughout this interview, he had asked me questions about, well, I guess we'll take the example. If you're on my LinkedIn, you'll see this post. And he's like, well, what about data sovereignty? So we talked through it and we kind of brainstormed some ideas on how to change my infrastructure in a way that would cater to data sovereignty better. And after this call, I went through and I redesigned my Terraform scripts and my architecture to cater to data sovereignty. And then once I felt like the project was in a good place, I went ahead and actually wrote him an email that showed off this project. I said, hey, look, I retained what we talked about. I went ahead and made changes that I think are adequate and I think that solve the problem and pushed it back out to him. So at this point, I had been told that he wanted to see me again for a second interview. So I was even more thrilled. I was like, awesome, like that's super exciting. I can't believe it. So weeks go by without scheduling the second interview, and there was part of me that honestly thought that they just gave up on me and just weren't going to respond. But eventually, the email comes through on schedule your second interview. So, second interview, we talked about work experience, and I put a heavy emphasis on some of the projects and results I had driven because I think that's important. Obviously, experience as an audiovisual tech isn't super directly correlated to cloud, but I think some of the things I did as an audiovisual tech did correlate because when I walked into my audiovisual position about a year ago, actually, things were a mess. They were not organized. It was really hard to draw conclusions. It was just a disaster. It was not easy to manage. It wasn't easy to look at. Wasn't easy to troubleshoot. So I gave myself a project to basically organize it and build the system to manage it in a way that is sustainable and scalable. So I talked through more of that side of my job, less on, oh, well, I configured this Crestron touch panel because I don't think I'll be configuring Crestron touch panels in my new job. So I knew that wasn't as important. So anyway, finished the second interview and got the call back. They gave me an offer, and well, I took it. So let's kind of talk about these first few days because this job I think is going to be really good for me. So far I've been exposed to a lot of new stuff. If you guys follow the channel, you'll know I am mostly an AWS person. I have not looked a lot at Azure or Google Cloud providers. But in the first few days here, this is after day 2, I was assigned my first like mini project, so I got to work with a coworker on finding a solution for this problem we had. So that was super fun, and it was kind of like thrown into the deep end. It was like, here's a problem, use your resources and shoot me back a solution and let's try something. So that was super fun. I mean, that was great. And then I actually had to make a list here. So far, some of the new softwares and concepts I've already like dug into just on day 2 are Azure PowerShell or Azure PowerShell Jams, which is a it's almost like an automation hub where it's like a place you can store scripts, store automation scripts, and run automation scripts. So they don't have to be directly tied to your cloud portals or hosted out of somewhere else. It makes it really easy to do on-prem automation scripts along with cloud automation scripts. So it's a pretty impressive piece of software. I'm super excited to do more with that. SQL Discovery, which is just an application where you can see all your databases and access them and look at various things in them. So another brand new one. I have not really messed with SQL at all, so brand new. And then the last one I think is the last big one. There's about 15 other little ones I'm forgetting to mention, I'm sure. But last big one is like vSphere, which is a place you can go to manage virtual machines. So yeah, it's all four of those are pretty big things to be brand new to. And the reason I say I'm so excited for this job is because just after these first few days, I've already learned so much. And you guys know that I like to learn stuff, I like project based stuff. So I think it's going to be an awesome fit. I know that at this role, I will probably learn more and faster than I've ever learned before. So I think that's going to be awesome because this early in my career, that's exactly what I need. I need to see stuff, I need to do stuff, and just soak up information like a sponge. So yeah, it was great first couple days. Super excited to see what I am doing in the future as well, and still kind of shocked I got this opportunity. I mean, I don't know of any other 19-year-old cloud engineers. I'm sure I'm not the only one because there's some people that just wake up, come out of the womb super smart. Those people are awesome, super impressive. I'm not one of them. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of a unique thing to be in this position. So I'm super excited, and yeah, that's kind of all I had to say today. Just wanted to share my new position. If you guys have questions, if you guys have interviews coming up and you kind of want, I guess, tips to help your skill sets like really shine through, I feel like I can speak on that a little bit now. I mean, I feel like I'm good at demonstrating my own skill sets, so but if you have questions or anything like that, feel free to leave a comment or reach out to me on LinkedIn. If you guys are on there, you know I'm like super active. I post something like once a week. So go follow that if you don't already. But that's all I had for you guys today. So thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day.